On to the youngest in our panel today, and our final speaker, Nandini Somaya Sampath. So over her 6 years of experience at S&K, Nandini has successfully become an integral part of the organization and also oversees the commercial and management aspects of the firm. So less is more, perhaps, for Nandini Somaya Sampath.
People explain the phrase differently through images, through graphic, through art. So there are many forms where less is more can be interpreted. In India, less is more is a tricky phrase. I think we're always aspiring and ambitious for more, but we have to learn to live with less, and there is a certain satisfaction that comes with appreciating living with less. So there's certain philosophies in life that are also associated with the phrase.
A surreal image that gives you no idea how big the building is. Is it 100, 200 stories or more, a lot more? Imagine if your living quarters closed in tighter, even tighter, still tighter, and then every day life suddenly looks something like this. Living in less, when the power of less goes beyond what you and I can imagine. Think about living in a 500 square foot home. Imagine yourself then living with 9 other people. Imagine that home is only one unit of a 12-story building and every other unit is just as full as yours. Now imagine hundreds of those buildings crammed in the size of 4 football fields. There's a door, a room, a floor, table, chairs, bed, bright painted walls and daylight trickling in. We live in there with our mess, our trials, our joys, our failures, our continual passion for more and less. We live and we die. Some of us mourn with every breath. We realize we're not alone, so we push on and it gets better, then worse. And then we rise. We rise to the rooftops, the only place sunrise could touch. And so the story ends. And the universal law begins. What was less grew and grew to more and more, one day imploded and back to less. The circle represents this law and the cycle continues. We begin our story with choice. To choose less or more, there is no answer, but we must seek a balance. If we are able to achieve this sacred balance, we may be able to build creations that survive beyond the universal law.
Mumbai is a city that looks very familiar and very similar to what you showed us. How does this really work on the ground?
The reason why I did this is sometimes the real world looks so fictional. And this is actually Kowloon City in Hong Kong, and I wanted to take you through a journey that almost feels fictional but is real. And this is what people in our country live like every day, and that's the ground reality. And from far away, sometimes these look surreal and almost haunting. But when we go close up, we see community, we see life, we see form, we see reality. And that's a ground truth.